right, so dicks in one hand, half a dozen in the other, right? The original saying is 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. So for comedic effect, to kind of shock, whoever hears it, instead of saying, it's kind of like my thing, it's your world, I'm just starring in it.
Right.
Instead of saying it's your world, I'm just living in it. Right? It's like people don't expect it. But if you say 6 dicks in one hand, half a dozen in the other, then it's like,
that's funny.
Why 6 dicks in one hand?
Because you don't want it either way. You don't want 6. I don't want 6 dicks in one hand, and I don't want a half a dozen in the other hand.
But the point is, okay, if I had a moment where I was going to say 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, and instead of saying 6, I just said dicks in one hand, half a dozen in the other. To me, that's just got a better...
Because it rhymes with 6.
Yeah.
But...
it's just like the punch in there, a little zing,
I think the punch would be better delivered with 6 dicks in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
See, I don't agree. I think there's less... like, I think people are going to be more confused by that.
No, because the whole point of it is to say it's the same freaking thing.
I know that, but the joke is... making that joke has nothing to do with validating the comparison.
I think some Asperger's syndrome's kicking in because I just don't fucking understand what you're saying.
When you to say that joke, you don't. I wasn't saying it to actually use.
But when you say
you know what the original saying is.
But when you're saying dicks in one hand, what if it's 2 dicks in one hand and half a dozen in the other? I wouldn't rather have any dicks in my hand. But
here's the thing, though. You know what I mean when I said dicks in one hand, half a dozen in the other. You knew what I meant.
Well,
you knew I was saying, well, it doesn't matter.
But I had to think about it for a second first.
Yeah, but that's what makes it funny.
Then I was like,
but then you already know the original saying, so you know what I mean by it. So to put the zing in there and to really, make it have some impact, I just say dicks in one hand, half a dozen in the other, because you know what I really mean by it. I mean 6 in one hand, half a dozen.
But what if by pluralizing it, you're just saying 2 dicks? Personally, I'd rather have 2 dicks in my hand.
You're concentrating too much on the essence of the saying and not the essence of the joke. It's said to get a laugh, not to really reinforce the this way or that way. It doesn't really matter saying.
Well, now that I guess that now I see the rhyming factor of it. Yeah, it's a little different, but still.
So, what about dicks in one hand, half a cunt in the other?
Because I'd rather have half a cunt in my hand than dicks in my hand.
But now you're focusing again on
the words,
on the saying and what it means more so than the joke.
But the whole meaning of it is because it's the same damn thing. But it's not the same thing if you say...
The joke is a play on words, not to make a comparison.
Right. But it's a play on words while you're trying to make a point.
But you know what the original saying is and
I
what it's
understand that, but what's the point of saying it if...
the essence of the saying is there no matter what I'm comparing.
No, it's not, because I would rather have half a cunt than dicks in my hand.
I get that, and I agree with you, but the joke has nothing to do with actually.
Now, if you said like dicks in one hand, blue waffle in the other, I might be able to see that. Oh, buddy, look it up. Look up blue waffle on Google. Do that.
Blue waffle on Google.
Google blue waffle.
Did you get paid for that? Are you promoting?
Not at all.
Are you plugging?
Not at all.
Oh, I think you're plugging.
Not at all.
Are you on Blue Waffle?